Okay, welcome to lesson 67 of algebraic concept, multi-step inequalities with variables on both sides. So here's our objective, our rules and notes. You can always pause these videos and read over them, and I suggest you take the time to do so. Okay, so let's look at our first example. So I always like to keep my letters on the left, so I am going to move the 4. So I'll subtract 4t from both sides. So I get negative 6 minus 7t is greater than 8. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. I get negative 7t is greater than 14. I'm going to divide by negative 7 because my t must be positive 1. It can't be negative 1. It can't have a negative number in front of it. And when I divide by a negative, when I multiply divide by a negative, I had to flip the sign. So flip the sign, negative 2. So now we graph it. We put a 0 in for reference. We're negative 2, which is to the left. And it's not underlined, so it's an open circle, and it goes to the left. And that's all we do. Okay, let's look at our next example. 2.5d minus 3 is less than 3d plus 2. So I will rewrite the fractions so we're not confused. So minus 3d on both sides. So you get negative 1/2 d minus 3 is less than 2. Add 3 to both sides. Negative 1/2 d is less than 5. And now we have to multiply by the inverse. When we divide fractions, basically we multiply by the inverse. So multiply by negative 2 over 1. D becomes greater than negative 10. Because we flip the sign. Whenever you multiply divide by negative, you flip the sign. And so now we graph it. 0 for reference. 10 is on the left. And all numbers bigger than negative 10 will satisfy the inequality. And you can always check by putting any answer in. So I will put an even number in when dealing with a half. So I will put a negative 8 and see what it does. And you can check it. Okay, so those were our examples. I will see you at the end of the video for a recap. Okay, so we're going to add r to both sides. Add r. 6 plus 3/4 r is greater than or equal to 3. Subtract 6 from both sides. 3/4 r is greater than or equal to -3. Multiply by 4 over 3. Multiply by 4 over 3. That cancels. When you divide fractions, you're basically multiplying by the inverse or flipped upside down fraction. R is greater than or equal to -4. So the 3's cancel out. You got 1. Okay, so your zeros for reference. Here's your -4 is underlined. Boom, everything. Whenever you solve inequalities, please keep your variable on the left. Whenever you solve equations, keep your variable on the left. And if I move a little too fast for you, go back and check some of my earlier videos on solving equations or solving inequalities. Okay, so we're going to subtract m from both sides. 4m minus 7 is less than or equal to 17. Add 7. 4m is less than or equal to 24. Divide by 4. And m is less than or equal to 6. Graph it 0. 6 is to the right. It's underlined. It includes 6, and all numbers less than or equal to 6 is our solution. So that is our video for this one. I will see you on the next video. Please like, please share, and hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching this channel.